Good afternoon once again and welcome to Munich in Germany. As you can see there, the glorious Olympic shooting range there that was first used back in the 1972 Olympic Games in this facility, still used today, approaching its 50th birthday towards the end of August. 26th of August to the 11th of September 1972 were the memorable dates of the Munich Olympic Games, and what an occasion that was, sometimes all for all the wrong reasons, but still nonetheless it's great to see this facility still alive and still being used. This is the third day the third final even of the first day of the Munich 2022 WSPS World Cup. My name is Rory McAllister. I'll be your commentator this afternoon for this mixed team 10-metre air rifle bronze medal match. We have two teams from the United Arab Emirates battling it out for this bronze medal, and then later on we'll have the gold and silver medals later on for you. Coverage of each and every final, not only today but obviously tomorrow, and then for Sunday and Monday, and then the final day which will be on Tuesday of next week. So if you're able to join us for all the finals, well, that would be very, very good of you. But wherever you are around the world watching at the moment, do make yourself comfortable as we settle into this final, as the athletes now are just announced to us. So Jamie Stangroom, our announcer, is making the introductions to the two teams from the UAE.
On aspiring point D, representing United Arab Emirates, Team 1, Saeed.
So if you are just joining us, welcome along to this third final of the day. Ukraine have had a great day so far, 2 medals in the 10-metre air rifle men. There was a gold and a bronze medal as well in the women's final.
On aspiring point C, representing United Arab Emirates, Team 1, Aisha Al-Mahiri.
So announcer Jamie Stangroom just making some of the final introductions. It's always nice to see smiles at these finals as well. I mean, I suppose it's different from when you come out to the gold and silver match later on, because you know you've got a medal, you just obviously don't know what colour that's going to be. Says our jury member in charge, Juanito Lehu, France. And just introducing now our Chief Range Officer for this final. Ready there and steady with the mic. Asking the athletes to take their positions. So we've had a busy day so far here in Munich. The weather's been absolutely gorgeous. I mean, so we can't appreciate that too much inside the finals hall, but outside it's getting into the mid-20s in terms of centigrade. So is that around 90 Fahrenheit, something like that. So two teams then battling it out for the bronze medal, both from the United Arab Emirates. My name is Rory McAllister, your commentator this afternoon, and my guest this afternoon is...
Hello, my name is Vegard
of Norway.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me. Now, we met earlier today, so very, very nice to meet you. Now, this is your first appearance on a TV commentary.
Yes, my very first.
Yeah, well, you're going to be absolutely fine. It's very, very nice to have you along. So how's your day been so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. I had trained once, and yeah, good day.
Good day so far. Weather's nice as well. And the European Championships earlier on in this year in Norway.
Yeah, my first time in European Championships, yeah.
Yeah, but it's always nice though, isn't it, whenever you actually get a competition like that in your own country.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I still haven't been to Norway yet.
Oh, it's a very fine country.
It is indeed. My main reason for going is I have friends there from the Norwegian team, the likes of Henrik Larsson and Jeanette Dustad and Simon Clausen. They are all friends that we've made over the years. Great people. But they filmed The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, in Norway. And Tom Lauritsen, who's here from Norway, he actually worked on the aerial crew in Finns. Is it Finns or Fencer? It's Finns.
Yeah, I think.
F-I-I-N-S-E, is it? Fincer?
Yeah, Fincer.
Yeah. He worked on the crew on Fencer and is here today. So the history of Norway, not only with legendary shooters, but also with sci-fi movies instead. So here we go then. Here is the lineup then of the athletes as we just settle in to this final on UAE Team 1. We have Aisha Al-Mahiri alongside Saeed Al-Blouchi. So just the final adjustments being made so that this final can go off on time. So there's Saeed Al-Blouchi, who completes the other half of the UAE Team 1. Just literally getting his sights in as we look at him on our screens at the moment. Now how this works then is each athlete can shoot in no particular order. They can take their time, they can go off quick if they prefer, and it's a combined score, and whichever team gets the highest score is awarded 2 points. If the teams score the same highest total, then they are awarded a point each, and it's the first team to reach 16 points who will walk away with the gold medal from this mixed team final. Now, the only problem sometimes when you do a job like this is that you're just absolutely surrounded by wires. Vegard, you're okay. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're in the clear. I'm like a spider here. Right, moving on to UAE Team 2 then. Here they are, just to complete the introductions. That's Aisha Al-Shamsi, who's just having her rifle adjusted at the moment, just so it's at the correct height for her. And just level or lower than her shoulder. One of the other things as well when you do a job like this, Vegard, is you will have your photo taken.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So the finals hall just starting to fill up here. It's always interesting to see how many people turn up at this time because it is lunchtime. Completing then the UAE Team 2. That's Aisha Al-Ababi. Abdullah Al-Ababi, sorry, should I say. There's the rest of the UAE team as well, who I spoke to a second ago. They were certainly in fine form. So the Chief Range Officer has just called now for the preparation and sighting time. So there we have it. The distance is 10 metres for this final. And 16 points is the target. Vegard, what do you think of the format? What do you think of the mixed team?
I think it's really good, and yeah, it's going to be a great final.
So our first medal match is this one here, is the bronze medal match, and then later on today we'll have our gold and silver match. So if you can join us for that, that final is at 3:45, that's local German time. Jamie Stangroom is our announcer here. And those of you that are familiar with ISSF World Cups and World Championships and over the years, and even the Olympic Games, Jamie and I were at the Olympic Games in Tokyo last year with no spectators, which, you know, was understandable at the time, of course.
Sad.
Yeah, it was very, very sad, and we feel very deeply for the people of Japan as well, because when you host an Olympic Games, you deserve for it to go ahead as normal, as it were. So you have your sights on the Paralympic Games.
Yeah,
in Paris.
It was a. Yeah, I hope that I will shoot there, but I know because I'm pretty new in this game.
Yeah, there's still time.
Yeah.
And then Los Angeles is the next one.
Yeah,
So
it is.
you know, and that's a lovely place to go for a holiday.
I've never been there, so.
There you go then. That's so you want your sights of your rifle in the right place and the sights of your eyes in terms of what you want to achieve and get to LA by 2028. So there we have it then, 10 meters, 16 points is the target. Maximum rifle weight of 5.5 kilos. And the target that they're trying to hit is the dead center, 0.5 millimeters. I mean, if you even get yourself a ruler or even hold up your finger and thumb or even just look on your iPhone or your tablet, you'll see there's a measuring app somewhere that will show you how small 0.5 millimeters actually is. It's an incredibly small target. To try and hit that from 10 meters.
Very small.
Yeah. How did you feel when you hit your first 10.9?
It was fantastic. Yeah, it is insane that I can shoot that.
Yeah, it is sometimes. You do think that it's kind of, is it beyond human capacity to be able to achieve that? But no, and we've had our first 10.9 of the day as well. We have one so far, I believe, in this World Cup, and hopefully, well, we're all hoping there's many more to come as well. So just some of the safety measures to these rifles that are all part and parcel of this final. And each and every final, really. There's so much to remember, isn't there?
It's very much to remember.
As an athlete, and you know, talk us through it. You're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on the chief range officer's commands.
But it's we train to do that, so yeah.
Yeah, and that can be the hardest part as well when you first start, isn't it? It's simulating the finals and what it might feel like. So here we go, we're getting underway then with this bronze medal match. First team to 16. I mean, one thing's for sure, the bronze medal is going to the United Arab Emirates. That's for absolute certain. So each athlete can shoot whenever they like, obviously within the designated time. The combined scores are then added together, and the team with the highest score will be awarded 2 points. If there is a tie for each and every round, then they will be splitting the points, one team each. So at the moment, UAE Team 1 are off the mark. There we go. 2-0 in front. There's Abdullah Alababi just looking over at us on the camera there. It's like, yes, Abdullah, we are filming you. Yes, we are, just in case. You are live. So yes, Al-Boushi with a 10.5 in that particular round, which means UAE won, increased their lead even further, 4 points to 0. So who knows, they might even race away with this.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So it's the third series of this final. 10.6, a 10.4 and a 10.6 on the other side. What's going to come in from the first team? Look at that, 10.7 in reply. So once again, they've won that particular series. And now 6 points to 0. This looks as if it's just going one way.
Yeah.
For the next competition shot, load.
So we're moving in now to Series 4.
Start.
Chief Range Officer calls start. And that's when the concentration starts. He's just trying to be as still as possible. Look at the control, it's incredible. 10.0, 10.6 on the other side, a 10.0 and a 9.9. So it just means now that the UAE Team 2 are off the mark. The highest combined total there, 20.6 versus 19.9. So it's now 6-2.
Four behind now, UAE Team 1. It is 6-2 in this bronze medal match.
The first team to 16 points will clinch the bronze.
Stop.
Now, this particular point in a match like this, I mean, concentration is everything.
Yeah,
But
it's everything.
And it's your breathing.
I breathe 3 times before I shoot, and then I shoot.
And hope for a 10.9.
Yeah.
So UAE Team 1 now creeping up in front, 8 points to 2. Combined total there, look, just 0.3 of a difference between the two. So moving on to Series 6. There's Abdullah Alabawi.
We had a massive 10.9.
So a 20.8 and a 21.5 between the two teams. There's now only 4 points in it in terms of the total. 8 points to 4.
UAE Team 1, 8. UAE Team 2, 4.
Well, I think he knows the bronze medal's going to the UAE either way.
Stop.
It's UAE Team 2 trailing by 4 points at the moment.
Stop.
Well, they've shown signs they're not in this to give up, though. It was close, yes, indeed. Look at that, just a difference of 0.2, a total of 20.8 and 20.6. But that's what shooting's about, these
The small decimals.
these fine margins. It's now 10-4.
Stop.
There's Aisha Al-Shami from UAE Team 2. This is the 8th series. Just settles into another shot, using all her experience to control her shot as much as possible. So let's look at the totals then. Only a 19.2 from UAE Team 2, 20.3 from the opposite numbers. There's Saeed just looking on again. Fascinated, I think, with our cameras here. So just 4 points to go for UAE Team 1. If they can get there, they could win it over the next couple of shots here. Chief Range Officer has called load.
Stop.
And the assistants just stand back, let the athletes do their thing. So here are the leaders. It's UAE Team 1. Aisha Al-Mahiri and also Saeed Al-Blushi. 19.5 their total. What can UAE Team 2 respond with? 9.9. It's probably not going to be high enough.
Stop.
But no, it is, yeah. There we are, 10.5 added to that, which means 20.4. So they peg back some points. It's now 12.6. 6-point gap in terms of the overall total.
6 behind though. 2 more points up for grabs now in the next. For the next competition
Okay, timeout's been called by the coach, who's just going over to have a word with Saeed. Al Blushi, there he is, giving it a nod. I'm glad that he agrees with whatever the coach is telling him. I mean, do you ever get to the point sometimes where a coach comes over?
No, I never did.
Tells you something and you think, no, that's rubbish, I'm not listening.
No, the coach is, you have to hear to the coach.
Got to do what the coach says.
Yes.
The coach is what drives you. Okay, so they complete their timeout, I think. What he was saying there to Saeed Ablushi, I think I'll be going over saying, do you know what, you're in front, just stay there. This bronze medal's yours if you keep doing what you're doing. There's the other UAE team. That's Abdullah Alababi and Aisha Al-Shamsi. Some claps and applauds there from the UAE supporters who can't lose, really. I mean, they're going to get a bronze medal no matter what happens. So look at that, 20.7 total. It's not enough. The other side just creeping back now. UAE Team 2, they're not giving up. It's now 12-8.
4 behind United Arab Emirates Team 1. 12-8 in this bronze medal.
Nerves, of course,
Yeah.
is what comes in at this stage of a final.
Yeah.
As time goes, though, you learn how to deal with those. I mean, I suppose even the most experienced shooters could say this still.
Yeah, I have never shoot in a final and it's so big before, but yeah,
It'll happen, you'll get there.
I hope so.
So 20.0 the total for UAE Team 1. And on the other side, look at that, just 0.2 in front. They are creeping back with this. They are not giving up. Perhaps that timeout didn't quite work. It may have unsettled UAE Team 1 because they were really streaking ahead at one point in this final. Some wavering shots just over 10 there, 10.3 and 2 10.1s. There was also a 9.7 from UAE Team 1. It's 12-10. Series 12. So 10.3 on both sides. Look at that, 9.9. Let's see what happens here. Might have our first tie. No, it's another 10.3, so a solid 20.6. That means it brings it all level. And the crowd now starting to react as well. Members of the UAE team cheering on their fellow athletes from their own country, safe in the knowledge that no matter what happens, a bronze medal is going back to the UAE. If you are just joining us for this final, UAE Team 1 were streaking ahead in the lead. They looked so close to be closing down on the 16-point total. And the spectators here getting involved, supporting the athletes at this stage of this bronze medal match. Look at that, a 10.6 from both athletes, a 9.7 on the other side. Crucial shot, look at that, a 9.0. So 20.2 versus 18.7. That's a big old margin, isn't it? What is that, 3.5 difference, is that? 2.5. So 14-12. It means if UAE Team 1 and score the next 2 points. And the coaches over again. Both coaches actually on both teams. So UAE Team 2, there we are, have called their first time out of this final.
For the next competition touch, load. Start.
So 14th series, 10th. UAE Team 2 open up with a 10.6. Look at that though, a 10.9 on the other side. So a 21.0 total versus a 20.0. Wow. That's unreal. A 10.9 at this stage of the final, just when you need it.
So let's look at the scores again. We had a 10.9.
That's from Aisha Al-Mahiri.
Wasn't enough to clinch the points. Crucial.
That's incredible. Well, to begin with though, it didn't look like this final was going to be this close.
No.
The team that takes the next 2 points will also take the bronze medal.
That's Jamie Stangroom, the announcer for this final. Those of you who know Jamie will know that he's very much changed his hair. Jamie and I have travelled most of the world together. I've seen more of the planet Earth with Jamie than I have with my own wife. So we go then, the final stages of this bronze medal match. Both teams from the UAE locked on 14 apiece. It's a tie so far. The spectators here getting involved, a 9.6 and a 10.1. Wavering shots there, 10.3 on the other side, and a 9.9, bringing the totals to 20.2 and 19.7. The Chief Range Officer has called that the results are final, and, well, they were, what was it, almost 6 points to nil at one point, really, really behind UAE Team 2, but they've come through. It's Aisha Al-Shamsi and also Abdullah Alababi as well, who take the bronze medal for the UAE. That's their first medal of the day so far in this mixed team 10-metre air rifle. Our coverage will continue later throughout the day as well. We have another 2 finals still to come. We've got the gold and silver match, which will take place at 3:45. That's local time in Munich, Germany, where we are for this Munich 2022 WSPS World Cup. And then our final of the day is at 5 o'clock later today. That's the 25-metre mixed pistol. But for now, they'll just do the final presentations for the photographs as well. A photographer down at the front there to get the picture of the bronze medalists from this mixed team 10-metre air rifle final. It was both teams from the UAE. It was Aisha Al-Shamsi and Abdullah Alababi who took the bronze medal in that. As you see on the screens there, the gold medal match will start soon. In fact, yes, it'll be in just over an hour's time. The starting time for the final is 3:45. We'll be on air about 10 to 12 minutes before the actual final itself. If you would like to join us, then you're very, very welcome. So from me, Rory McAllister, and from the rest of the team here providing you coverage for this final, we'll see you in just over an hour's time. But for now, it's goodbye.
What is the box? Yes. No box on the training box. Oui, mais non.
Par la chose, c'est un giro.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Oui, c'est une assistance.
Non, mais je veux dire, c'est la boîte de plan.
Et elle, c'est...
Oui, oui, oui. Che cazzo? Beppe! 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 Quello Beppe che fa il suo lavoro. Tutto va qua. Sì, la chiave.
Ecco qua.
Upstairs.
To adjust before.
Everybody knows where you are.
Yes, but speed. Normally it's only 5 minutes.
So we're about to get underway then with this gold medal match. Thank you very much for joining us again. If you are just joining us, you've missed the bronze medal match. That was taken by the UAE Team 2, Aisha Al-Shamsi and Abdullah Al-Ababi. Coming out then for this gold medal match, it's Ukraine versus Italy. So the athletes from Ukraine just been brought out to the spectators here. Anastasia Teleshenko and Vitaly Plaukushki. And the Italian team is Livia Cagliolina and Andrea Liverani.
Take your position.
So the announcer for this final is Jamie Stangroom, who's just introduced the jury in charge, Juanilito Leroux of France. Just flicking through my various piece of notes here that are awash here in front of me on day one of the Munich 2022 WSPS World Cup, the 10-metre air rifle standing competition. This is for the gold medal, Ukraine versus Italy. Ukraine with 2 medals in the bag already, a bronze and a gold from earlier finals. Can they add to that in terms of another gold, or perhaps even get a silver and then complete the 1, 2, 3? There's Vitaly Plaukushki and Anastasia Teleshenko, the athletes from Ukraine. Livia Cagliolina of Italy and Andrea Liverani in my best Italian. Quick word with the coaches then, make the final adjustments, make sure everything's right and comfortable. The last thing you want to do is start a final like this and be in any way in some discomfort. It's been a good day though so far here at the Munich 2022 WSPS World Cup. Been a nice start to the week. We're here today, tomorrow, and on Sunday and Monday. The final day of competition is next Tuesday. It's nice to be back in Munich as well. It's been 4 years since I've been here. I was last here in May 2018 with the ISSF World Cup. Had a great time. Weather was brilliant, as it is right now in Munich. It's been absolutely glorious yesterday. I mean, when we landed at the airport, if I'd have been blindfolded and somebody had taken it off me and told me I was in Mexico, I would have believed them. It was absolutely baking. It's about 38 and 39 degrees centigrade. Today it's hovering around the mid-20s, about 24, 25 degrees, but that's outside. We're inside of the finals hall here in this facility that is coming up to 50 years old. The Olympic Games in 1972 that started way back on the 26th of August 1972 to the 11th of September, when this wonderful facility was home to the shooting finals, and a long bit of history as well connected with that. But nice to see the final halls are still used to this day. I mean, obviously things have changed. If, for example, you're watching the most recent ISSF World Cup, for example, over in Changwon, I mean, what a facility they have out there. The World Championships was also there in 2018 as well. I was lucky enough to be part of that team going out to Changwon. Was there 3 times that year. It was wonderful. But yes, finals halls looking very, very different. The UAE Team 2 just passing me at the moment. They'll be collecting their bronze medal, which they took a few moments ago. The combination of Aisha Al-Shamsi and Abdullah Al-Ababi as well. I mean, either way, it was going to go to the UAE because they had 2 teams in the bronze medal match. So this gold medal match then, here's how it works. In no particular order, each athlete can shoot per team. The scores of each individual athlete is then combined as a combined total, and then the highest combined total will therefore claim 2 points. If for whatever reason, then the teams score the same points, then there'll be 1 point each. Now, you've seen some of the technicalities of this final on your screens. At 10 metres is the distance, 16 points to win. And of course, there are rules and regulations. It's a very, very technical sport. You can have a maximum weight of 5.5 kilos with your rifle. And look at that, 0.5 millimetres is the centre of the target. That's a 10.9, the highest score that is available in this 10-metre final. Just to look at some of the technical rifles that are on show here this afternoon. Very different from the kind of rifle you may have seen in the movies, or certainly even in TV shows. It's very unlikely that you'd see anyone with a rifle like this unless they're in the likes of a final shooting hall such as this. It certainly looks different from the air rifle that my dad had when we were growing up. So Jamie Stangroom is our announcer. He's just off your screen at the moment, making the announcements to the crowd who have gathered here in the finals hall, maybe taking a break from the sun, grabbing a spot of lunch. I'm certainly hoping to grab a bit of lunch myself. Just getting my name announced to the crowd, and not one person cheered, which was very nice of them. There's Anastasia Teleshenko of Ukraine as we just go into the final preparations for this final and just announce the athletes. If you have just joined us, then welcome. My name is Rory McAllister. I'll be your commentator for this final. Wherever you are in the world, make sure you are relaxed, perhaps even with a drink on hand. There's Vitaly Pachushi of Ukraine, the other half of this potential gold medal winning team. It will go to either Ukraine or Italy, that's certainly for sure. So they're the two athletes from Ukraine. And the Italian team, we have Livia Ceccagalina on your screens at the moment. And Andrea Liverani completes the Italian team. That's one thing I do love about shooting, is the amount of stickers that the athletes put on their pistols or their rifles. You just got to be careful you don't put too many, because you don't want it becoming too wide. You'll get penalised for that. It will get checked by the jury before a final when you go for your reporting time. So, sighting shots now at the moment, which I often find sometimes is the most exciting bit of a final. This is when you really start to feel the atmosphere, feel the tension, feel it just building. Liverani actually shot 10.9 there, so hoping, I'm sure, he can replicate that in this final. So settle back, here we go. The gold medal match has arrived. It's our third final of the day, because it sort of includes the bronze medal match as well. So we'll have another two finals to bring you here with our coverage of the Munich 2022 WSPS World Cup. There we go, the Chief Range Officer has now called the load command. Ever so important that these athletes adhere to the Chief Range Officer's commands. That's why they're here. They have to wait for load, and then they also then have to wait for the command of start. And here we go. So either athlete can shoot first on any of the teams. There's no order to this. And it's the first team to reach a combined total of 16. So there we have it, the two Italian shooters. We've got a 10.4 and 10.7. That's a total of 21.1. Ukraine with a total of 20.2. So the highest score, as you see, is then awarded the 2 points. If the two scores were the same, there'd be a point apiece per team. So the Italians now go in front. They're off and running. They are so far saying arrivederci to the Ukraine team and trying to get in front as much as possible. I think there's just a clarification here from the jury as to what target the actual athletes are aiming at, because the last thing you want is a crossfire. We've seen that happen. So the safety measures being reapplied to the rifle whilst the target's inspected. The CS targets that have been so reliable over the years. The first company to introduce electronic targets, I believe, from what I'm told. And they've just been ever so reliable in competitions such as this and used all around the world. They're a very impressive team to work with as well. I'd had many, many fond days working with the team from CS over the last 5 years. They're a great bunch. But often with a great team comes great people, doesn't it? So target H, just being inspected at the moment. There's Ghislaine Briez of France down on the front row in the blue top there, who's technically in charge of this entire competition. And Ghislaine has a very keen eye. I believe you may have worked with her before. Not only at the Olympic Games last year in Tokyo, also we worked together in Tarragona in 2018 at the Mediterranean Games as well. And we're still friends, we got on. It's all good. It's all very friendly in the world of shooting. It's a wonderful sport to be part of, and if you are part of the shooting community, then you know you don't need me to tell you that. You kind of already know that already. So, after a bit of a disrupted start to this final, we'll now move on to the next stage. There's Plachushi of Ukraine. Settling in now as best he can, using all his experience. A 9.8 to 20.6 total from the Ukraine team. Let's see what the Italians can reply with. 9.9, nervy. And a 10.8, look at that. 0.1 in front. It means it's another solid 2 points for the Italians. Italy now 4 points to 0 in front after the second series in this mixed team gold medal match. The bronze medal has already been awarded to the UAE Team 2. So it was a foregone conclusion as to which country that was going to go to, because both teams were from the UAE. The load command's been given. We'll wait for start. There we are, there it is. It's just called start, the Chief Range Officer. These athletes trying to hit a bullseye, if you like, 0.5 millimeters. I know, tiny, and it's 10 meters away. So a 10.5 and a 10.8 from Ukraine, 10.0 from Liverani, and a 9.9, which means for the first time in this final, Ukraine have the highest total, which means they are awarded 2 points. Now 4-2 after the third series. Vitaly Platushi, there he is, nearest our screens, nearest our camera, and Anastasia Teleshenko just on the other side of him.
For the next competition shot, low.
So here we go with the fourth series. There's Anastasia.
Start.
Just taking her time there as well. I mean, each athlete has their own way of preparing for a shot in terms of not only getting the cheek in the right position, and you'll see how pushed up it is there. It's a sport of just the finest of margins. So look at that, a difference of 0.1. The Italians just edging in front, just ever so slightly. It's just saying it's a sport of fine margins, and there we go. An exact example of that. Teleshenko and Plachuski of Ukraine are still in this though, even though now the score is 6-2. great to see these close-up shots as well, isn't it, of actually what's going on and the loading from the assistants. So each athlete can shoot in either order. It doesn't really matter who goes first, although I'm sure maybe between the athletes themselves and the team they'll have sussed that out. 10.9, look at that, and a 10.6, 21.5 the total, which means the Italians edge further in front. Some of our team that are providing this coverage for you today are from Italy themselves, so we may very well hear some cheers from behind the scenes here of our coverage. Luigi and Fabio and some of the team. I wonder whether or not they'll end up concentrating on this final rather than actually what they're doing. So Teleshenko and Bertucci, there's Andrea Liverani. Stares down his sight, look at that. So still. Shot, he had to look down, checks. He'll be happy with that. 10.8, why not? Means the Italians go even further in front. Combined total of 20.4 versus 19.6. Italy 10, Ukraine 2.
Anything can happen. It is Italy 10, Ukraine 2, and a reminder that it's the first team to 16.
First team to 16 takes the gold medal, as our announcer Jamie Stangroom is reminding the crowd here who have gathered here at the Munich Finals Hall. Just coming up to 50 years old, this building. So if the Italians can just hold their nerve here, they might be able to see this final out in the next couple of shots. We'll see. It's the combined total that matters, not the individual scores so much, obviously, but you still want to finish top. 20.7 from Ukraine. And that's going to be 20.7, so that now means a point each. That's the first time we've had a combined total which has been the same. So the Italians now on 11 points, and Ukraine on 3. Ukraine already have 2 medals from this first day of the finals, a gold and a bronze. So at the moment, as it stands, they'll get a silver and complete the set, gold, silver, bronze from day one. But who knows, it could all change. 8 points behind, mind you. And first team to 16, so once the Italians get to 15, if they do, then they're only going to need a drawn combined score to even edge them to 16. 10.5 from Liverani and a 10.6 from Cecchigolina. I mean, just world-class shooting, absolutely brilliant. 20.1 against 20.3. I think the Ukrainian team know that this is slipping away from them at the moment. They've really got to dig deep now. 10 points is the difference. Ukraine 3, Italy 13. Said some of our team providing your coverage today are from Italy. I'm sure they'll be very nervy at the moment, hoping that their country can claim a gold medal from day one of the Munich 2022 WSPS World Cup. Chief Range Officer calls start. The Italian coach looking very nervy, as are the assistants there on our screen at the moment. 10.2 from Teleshenko, 10.3 and a 10.7 from the Italians. Look at that. A 21.0 title and 20.8 from Ukraine right now. So Ukraine now need to win every single series in order to even be within a shout of this gold medal, and that's a big ask. The Italians just need a draw at least, or to win the next series for the gold medal. So load, says the Chief Range Officer. He'll then say start, and then the athletes can begin to take their shots. Start command has been given. 15 points to 3. That's Andrea Liverani. He's so ice cold, so still. Opens with a 10.6, a 10.8 from Cecca Galina of Italy. Surely it's enough. Of course it is. There it is. And the Chief Range Officer has called that the results are final, which means that the gold medal in this mixed team match goes to Italy. Ukraine have a silver medal. It does mean they've got one of every colour though so far today. They got a bronze earlier on, a gold in the last final before this mixed team event, and now a silver in this mixed team 10-metre air rifle. There's the two Italians. That's Livia Cecca Galina and also Andrea Liverani. And there's the Ukraine athletes, Anastasia Teleshenko and Vitaly Plachushi. So just spinning round to wave to the crowd. The silver medalists, there they are. And the gold medalist, the Italian team, just taking their time. Well, sometimes, you know, in Italy, you've got to take your time, haven't you? It's a very relaxed place. I'm sure the athletes themselves absolutely delighted now. Here they go as they come to the middle, and the crowd cheer for them. The bronze medalists from this match, actually, the UAE team too, are just coming past me here, as the Italian team congratulates the Ukrainian team in the middle. It's so nice to see, isn't it? It's such a brilliant sport, shooting. It's such a family atmosphere as well. Everybody knows each other. Lots of people are friends, made friends for life. Some people even get together and end up in partnerships. It all happens in the world of shooting. But there they are, the silver medalists and the gold medalists. The gold goes to Italy in the team of Livia Cecca Galina and Andrea Liverani, and the silver medalists from Ukraine, Anastasia Teleshenko and Vitaly Plachushi. That means Ukraine actually have one of each colour as well, as I said just a second ago, a bronze, a silver and a gold medal match. So there they go, they've got the rifles in the air, they're getting their photos taken for now. The medal ceremony will follow fairly shortly. Here come the UAE Team 2, who were the bronze medalists earlier on today, Aisha Al-Shamsi and also Abdullah Alababi as well. They'll just complete the lineup for us in this mixed team final. Enjoyed that, it was pretty good. The Italian team just showed no signs of wavering at all. They were solid from the start. There was a slight disruption with a supposed malfunction of a target. Not really quite sure what happened. I think it was more confusion as to which target some of the athletes were actually shooting at. So we're just waiting for Abdullah Alababi just to come over. He's just coming into the front now, just to complete the lineup of our medalists from this mixed team final. So Jamie Stangroom, the announcer, just going over that now in terms of the medals to the actual crowd that have gathered here in Munich. So first of all, the bronze medalists, there they are, the United Arab Emirates Team 2. Bronze medalists for today, Aisha Al-Shamsi and Abdullah Alababi. And then the silver medalist, Ukraine. It means they've got one of every colour. They've had a great day so far, Ukraine. A bronze, a gold, and now a silver awarded to Anastasia Teleshenko and Vitaly Plachushi. And the gold medalists, the Italians, in the middle, raising their rifle. The coaches punching the air, and rightly so. It's a gold medal going back to Italy on day one of the Munich 2022 WSPS World Cup. What a day so far. We've still got two finals to come. Yes, just in case you're thinking, oh, surely that's enough shooting for one day. Well, no, we indeed have got more finals coming up for you. So if you would like to join us again, then you're more than welcome. We've got our next final at 3:45. And then the 25-metre mixed pistol will be at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So if you would like to join us, you're more than welcome. From me, Rory McAllister, and the rest of our team here that have provided coverage for this mixed team final. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you later on this afternoon. Next final is at 3:45 German time. We'll be on air about 10 to 12 minutes before the beginning of the final. So for now, it's goodbye.
centimeters. No.